caramel shortbread today. My able assistant George is going to help me. So what do we need first? We need to make the shortbread, don't we? So we've got the ingredients weighed out for that. So do you want to go and get those? In the bowl we have 300 grams of plain flour. 200 grams of butter. And 100 grams of sugar. And we're going to add a little pinch of salt into this one just to give it a little bit of seasoning almost and give it that nice salty caramelly flavour to it. Okay, G, what we need to do first, we need to stick the butter and the sugar in the pot, don't we? So pop that in there. And the sugar goes in. And then a pinch of the salt, I'll stick the pinch of salt in. And then the last thing to go in are your hands. So you need to mix this together until it comes together like a nice shortbready dough. Might take a little bit of time. George normally makes the shortbread in our house. She's a shortbread champion. Anybody who'll know us from Virginia House in Ulverston knows that George used to make all the shortbread for the rooms when we were there. And customers used to absolutely love it. So this is starting to come together now. We soften the butter before we put it in to make it a little bit easier. So you can see it's starting to come together now as nice lumps. So what I need to do now is push this together. Not working it too much though, because you don't want your shortbread to become tough and chewy. You want it to be nice and short. That's it, G, you can get rid of the bowl now. That's it. You can see we've got a nice dough formed there now. So I'm just going to work it together a little bit. Picking all the crumbly bits up that drop off the edge. And that's come together as a really nice smooth dough now. So we now have our dough together, but we've got a little bit too much dough to make the shortbread base for the millionaire shortbread. So I've got a little bit left here. We're going to make some biscuits with also, which is really easy, simple process, the way I like to do it. So getting cutters out and rolling it really fine and all that kind of jazz. Just roll it into a nice sausage shape. Cut it into biscuits. Got a nice little lined tray here, which G's now going to place those biscuits on that tray for me, nice and even. While I get on with the rest of this. So a little bit of flour onto the table, because the shortbread might stick. A rolling pin. I've got my tray here, so I know what size I need to do it. Yeah, George is going to put those biscuits in the oven now, so they'll be ready. 10 minutes on 170 degrees. So you set a timer as well, G, so we know. Okay, what we'll do is we'll roll it up. Pop it into our tray. And if it doesn't properly go in, which this one hasn't, we'll take bits off and patch it up. It's nice and soft, so we can just patch it up nicely. Like that way a bit. So we've lined our tray with the shortbread. It's probably 2 or 3 mil thick, so a nice little base on the bottom of there of shortbread. Next thing to do, so it doesn't rise too much in the oven, is to give it a little bit of a prick with a fork. So nice lines. You could also do this on top of your biscuits if you wanted to, that we're cooking in the oven at the moment, just for a bit of decoration. And there we go. So this is going to go in the oven now for about 10 minutes. We don't want it to cook all the way through because we want it still to be nice and soft and chewy as well once we've cooked it. So while the biscuits are in cooking, we're going to make the caramel for the middle layer, the nice gooey yum caramel bit for the middle, which is my favourite bit of making. So what we need now is we need 1 tin of condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, 197 gram tin. So that all goes in there. Do you want to get a spoon out, G, so you can scrape it all out? There are the biscuits, so I'll go and check on them. Just another 2 minutes, a little bit larger than biscuits than we normally make, so just another 2 minutes. Are we all out? Beautiful. Right, 50 grams of sugar into there. And 50 grams of butter. That's it. I'm going to get this on the stove now, boil it up, and then turn it into a nice caramel. So we've got it on the stove now. As you can see, G's just stirring it all in together to make sure the mixture is well stirred. And what we need to do is bring that to the boil and get that into a nice golden caramelly colour. So our first batch of shortbread biscuits done there, coming out of the oven nicely. Sprinkle a little bit of caster sugar on top of them to make them nice and sweet and yummy. If you just want to have a go at the first bit of the recipe, there you go, easy peasy shortbread. Okay, so we've cooked that out for a little bit now. You see it's gone a little bit thicker. We've got a little bit of catching in there, but that's all nice, so it adds to the nice caramelly flavour. So we've tested a little bit of this on a plate over here to see how well it sets, and it's setting okay for us. So I'm going to take that off the stove there now and wait for the shortbread to come out of the oven. So I'm just going to check on our shortbread now, see if that's ready. Well, there we go, beautiful. Really nice, not too dark, but a really nice crispness to that shortbread. It's going to be nice and chewy in the middle as well. So that's out of the oven, so we can turn the oven off. We don't need that anymore now. It's finished its job. What we're going to do is just let this cool down slightly before we put the caramel on top, otherwise it'll soak into it with it still being warm. Okay, we've cooled down a little bit now, so I'm just going to spread our caramel onto the top. She's just in the background over there weighing out the chocolate for the next step. Get it as even as flat as possible across the top of the shortbread as possible. There we go, so need to let that set now. So now we're going to melt the chocolate for the top. In these two bowls here that George has got, she's got 100 grams of dark chocolate and 100 grams of white chocolate. We're doing it this way because milk chocolate doesn't last very long in our house. As soon as it comes through the door, it more or less leaves us again into people's tummies, doesn't it, Georgia? Yes. So we're making our own milk chocolate in a way by putting white and dark together. So Georgia's going to mix those together and melt them up. So G, just tip that bowl towards us and let's just see the chocolate inside there. So as you can see, it looks a bit like milk chocolate now, doesn't it? But it's got a little bit of a bitter edge to it because it's not got as much sweetness in there as milk chocolate would have. So it's a bit of a cross between, but it's going to work really well for us. So we've had our caramel in the fridge for a couple of minutes now, just chilling. And it's just got a nice set to it now, so you can touch it and it's not sticky. So now we're just going to pop the chocolate over the top. Just almost let it find its own way around. A bit of a helping hand. And that's now ready to go back in the fridge just to let that chocolate set now. And here we have it, our caramel shortbread. Let's get it out and slice it and see what it looks like. Look at that. See the layers in there? Beautiful. Really nice. Let's get it chopped up and see what the family thinks.